check this.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The inaugural session of the 36th Annual Congress of the Postgraduate Institute of Agriculture will be commenced shortly. Please be at your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremonial procession carrying the distinguished guest is reaching the hall. We kindly request you to stand up to receive the ceremonial procession.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the organizing committee, we warmly welcome you all for the 36th Annual Congress of the Postgraduate Institute of Agriculture, University of Peradeniya. Please take your seats.
The Annual Congress of the Postgraduate Institute of Agriculture has always been an exciting and rewarding platform for the postgraduate researchers. Today, the Annual Congress marks an important milestone in its history, reaching its 36th anniversary.
The Annual Congress is the main event in the academic calendar of the PGIA, which provides a platform for academia and researchers to present and discuss their latest research in all agricultural disciplines and allied sciences. The PGIA was established in 1975 with the main objective of developing in-country capacity for postgraduate education in agriculture and to provide appropriately trained scientific personnel for a rapidly expanding agricultural sector of the country. Over the past 4 decades, the PGIA has emerged as a center of excellence in agriculture postgraduate education in Sri Lanka.
Giving way to tradition, the 36th Annual Congress of the PGIA will commence with lighting of the oil lamp.
We cordially invite the chief guest of the 36th Annual Congress of PGIA, His Excellency Mr. Eric Walsh, the High Commissioner for Canada in Sri Lanka and Maldives,
Professor Terence Madhujith, Vice Chancellor, University of Peradeniya,
Professor D.K.N.G. Pushpakumara, the Director, Postgraduate Institute of Agriculture, University of Peradeniya,
Professor Bharana Jayawardena, the Dean, Faculty of Agriculture, University of Peradeniya,
Dr. Shamen Vidanage, Distinguished Alumni Speaker of the 36th PGIA Annual Congress and the Country Representative of the IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature,
Professor Tadayuki Sujita, Distinguished Guest Speaker from Saga University of Japan,
Professor A. Pitavala, Director, PGIS, representing all PG directors,
Professor Sanath Rajapaksha, Dean, Faculty of Science, representing PG directors and deans of the other faculties, Emeritus Professor R. Rotatil, representing former directors and Board of Management,
Dr. D.N. Vidanagamage, the Congress Coordinator 2024,
Mr. K.A.B. Damunupola, Deputy Registrar, Postgraduate Institute of Agriculture,
Ms. K.A.I.S. Ranasinghe, Senior Assistant Bursar, Postgraduate Institute of Agriculture, Mr. Ajanta Dharmaratna, Senior Assistant Librarian, PGIA Library,
and Mr. H.M.M.C. Herath, the President, Postgraduate Agriculture Students Association.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now commence the proceedings of the inaugural session of the 36th Annual Congress of the Postgraduate Institute of Agriculture.
To chair the proceedings, I cordially invite Professor D.K. N.G. Pushpakumara, the Director, Postgraduate Institute of Agriculture, University of Peradeniya. Over to you, sir.
Very good morning to all of you. Good morning. Well, according to the program, so it is time to hear the welcome address from the coordinator of the 36th Annual Congress, Dr. D.N. Vidanagamagi. So, Dr. Vidanagamagi.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure to warmly welcome all of you to the 36th Annual Congress of Postgraduate Institute of Agriculture, PGIA, of University of Peradeniya. The PGIA established this esteemed research congress over 3 decades ago in 1989 and has consistently upheld its legacy of excellence ever since. This Congress serves as a vital platform for presenting the latest research findings and innovations by our postgraduate students. It brings together national and international scientists, alumni, and key stakeholders from the agricultural and industrial sectors, fostering become a cornerstone in Sri Lanka's scientific calendar, eagerly anticipated by academic and research community. This year, the 36th PGIA Annual Congress continues the proud tradition of uniting postgraduate scholars, academics, scientists from across the globe. The Congress explores diverse disciplines under the unifying theme of precision agriculture towards resilient food systems. Our chief guest, His Excellency, Mr. Eric Walsh, the Canadian High Commissioner in Sri Lanka and Maldives, is here with us today. I warmly welcome you to the University of Peradeniya and to the 36th PGIA Annual Congress. Thank you, Mr. Walsh, for being here and gracing this prestigious event, despite your busy schedules. We are proud to have Dr. Shaman Bidanage, the country representative and the distinguished alumni speaker today. It's my honor to welcome you, sir. I take great pride in welcoming guest of honor, Professor Terence Madhujit, the Vice Chancellor, University of Peradeniya. I'm delighted to extend a warm welcome to all the directors of postgraduate institutes of University of Peradeniya who have joined us today. And also, I would like to welcome Professor Tadeuki from Saga University, who is the guest speaker today. It's my honor to welcome Professor Barana Javadana, the Dean Faculty of Agriculture, University of Peradeniya. I would like to extend a warm welcome to deans of other faculties of University of Peradeniya. It's my pleasure to welcome all the former directors of PGIA, members of the Board of Management, and members of the Board of Studies. I warmly welcome the directors representing various research institutes of Sri Lanka. It's my pleasure to welcome the keynote speaker, Professor Slava Adamchuk from McGill University, Canada. I also welcome the representatives from international development partners who will be the panelists in today's panel discussion. On behalf of the organizing committee of the PGIA Annual Congress, I would like to warmly welcome Professor D.K. N.G. Pushpakumara, the Director of PGIA, all teaching panel members of PGIA, and academic staff members of Faculty of Agriculture, University of Peradeniya, Mr. K.A.B. Damanupala, the Deputy Registrar, PGIA, Ms. K.A.I.S. Ranasinghe, the Senior Assistant Bursar, PGIA, and all the staff members of PGIA. Chairpersons, judges, presenters, invited guests are warmly welcome to this prestigious event. This year, we have received over 40 manuscripts, out of which 35 manuscripts were selected through a vigorous review process. These manuscripts will be presented in the form of oral as well as post presentations in the technical session, which is scheduled at 11 a.m. today. With that, a brief introduction, I welcome you all once again for this exciting scientific event, the 36th PGIA Annual Congress. I sincerely hope that the PGIA Congress 2024 will be an intellectually fruitful and emotionally fulfilling one for all the participants. Thank you very much, and I wish you all a very productive day.
Thank you very much, Dr. D.N. Vidanagamage, for all hard works during last 12 months. The PGIA is having three main key stakeholders. Number one is our students. So then we have independent service providers and our teachers, and then all other stakeholders who get the services from the PGIA. We are cooperating and collaborating to support the stakeholders. And PGIA, as a self-earning institute, is largely running through the students' money. We are not getting the government support. In this respect, the students of PGIA are a key component of not only this Congress, but also the PGIA. So PGIA is having student union. When student union says in a common platform of universities, so we are thinking about actually going out of the roads and then struggling in the some of the programs. But the PGIA Student Union is cordially working with the institute to support the development of the institute. So in this respect, so may I now invite Mr. H.M.M.C. Herat, the President of the Postgraduate Agriculture Student Association, to address the Congress.
Thank you very much, sir. And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The chairperson, Professor D.K. N.G. Pushpakumara, the director of the Postgraduate Institute of Agriculture, University of Peradeniya, His Excellency Mr. Eric Walsh, the High Commissioner for Canada in Sri Lanka and Maldives, Professor W.M.T. Madhujit, the Vice Chancellor, University of Peradeniya, Professor Barana Jayawardena, the Dean, Faculty of Agriculture, University of Peradeniya, Dr. Vyashlo Adamchuk, the keynote speaker of the Annual Congress, Dr. Shamain Vidhanage, Country Representative, IUCN, Dr. Duminda Vidhanagamage, the coordinator for the 36th Annual Congress, and all the distinguished invitees for the Congress, and ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure and privilege to attend the 36th Annual Congress of PGIA, representing the Postgraduate Agriculture Student Union. The Annual Congress is an eagerly awaited event by all the membership, and it is the most prestigious event of the PGIA annual calendar. And I would like to say a few words about the Postgraduate Agriculture student association, widely known as PASA. So PASA is the student body of the PGIA, consisting of all postgraduate agriculture students who are reading for their masters as well as the doctoral degrees. Our membership represents variety of fields of studies in agriculture as well as allied sciences. In front of this eager audience, research students representing the 11 boards of study will present their findings. For the student presenters from PGIA as well as other local and international postgraduate institutes, it will be an important milestone in their academic career. By organizing a variety of social as well as group activities all year long, PASA also fosters student creativity as well as unity. PASA has a very colorful history of providing social services, including blood donation campaigns and PGIA Day in the past. So, ladies and gentlemen, the PGIA Annual Congress is without a doubt one of the most respected scientific gatherings in our nation, advancing scientific research in agriculture and related fields. So, participating in and organizing such a scientific forum will benefit the student body in many ways. In the first place, it helps students to keep up to date and expand their knowledge. Research is a crucial part for the academic community's progress. By participating in the Congress, students would have a chance to hear from distinguished scientists and discover the most recent findings in their domains. Secondly, the PGIA Annual Congress offers students a fantastic chance to advance their soft skills. Every year, the PGIA Congress Organizing Committee hosts a number of workshops to assist students develop their soft skills. We also appreciate the efforts of all the coordinators and resource persons. And thirdly, the Congress paved the way for the students to be a part of the scientific community by sharing valuable research findings. Doing a research presentation in front of a scientific community is one of the challenges that we face as students. So we as students at PGIA believe that through a high quality scientific communication, we could be proudly recognized in the scientific world. So let me take this opportunity to pay our sincere gratitude for the director of PGIA and all the members of the academic staff for giving the valuable opportunity for students, and I hope the students will get the maximum benefit from this prestigious scientific forum. And ladies and gentlemen, finally, I'd like to thank the Congress coordinator, Dr. Vidanagamage, and the organizing committee of the PGIA Annual Congress 2024 on behalf of all the PGIA students for their tremendous effort in successfully planning as well and executing this event. So I wish you all a very productive day, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Herat. The Postgraduate Institute of Agriculture, being the postgraduate arm of the Faculty of Agriculture, is very closely working with Faculty of Agriculture. The Dean Faculty of Agriculture is representing the PGIA at the Council. And the Dean Faculty of Agriculture is an ex officio member of the Board of Management of PGIA. And he is a member of the Finance Committee, and he is a member of the Audit and Management Committee. We can't escape from him. The Dean Faculty of Agriculture and the faculty is sharing resources with the PGIA. And much of the PGIA staff and independent service providers are coming from the Faculty of Agriculture. In addition, the PGIA also sharing resources with the Faculty of Agriculture. We have a very cordial relationship, and we want to build up this cordial relationship further. And this venue is provided to us free of charge from the Faculty of Agriculture. The Dean, sir, this invitation is to you. Please welcome Professor Barana Jayawarthana.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. High Commissioner for Canada in Sri Lanka and Maldives, His Excellency Mr. Eric Walsh, the Chief Guest of the Congress, Professor Terence Madhujit, the Vice Chancellor, University of Peradeniya, Professor Vishlev Adamchak, McGill University, Canada, the keynote speaker, Dr. Charmaine Vidhanagamage, distinguished alumni and country representative of IUCN, Professor D.K.G. Pushpakumara, the Director of the Postgraduate Institute of Agriculture, Dr. Duminda Vidhanagamage, the Coordinator of the 36th PGIA Congress, all Deans of the faculties, all the Directors of the PG Institutes, former Directors of the Postgraduate Institute, and Mr. HMMC Herath, President of PASA, and distinguished invitees, my dear teachers, my colleagues, and all non-academic staff members, and dear students. It is an honor and privilege to address you today at the 36th Annual Congress of the PGIA. I feel particularly privileged to be speaking at this event for the first time after appointed as the Dean of the Faculty of Agriculture, University of Peradeniya. As Professor Pushpakumara mentioned, the connection between the Faculty of Agriculture and the Postgraduate Institute is strong and impactful. We are bound by commitment to innovation and knowledge transfer and enhancing academic and research endeavors to uplift the agriculture sector and our communities, improving the livelihood of our communities. Our collaboration forms solid foundations which empowers us to achieve shared vision, amplifying both our educational and research impacts and driving meaningful progress for the nation's agricultural landscape. As we reflect on our work, I have recognized new opportunities for growth, particularly in transforming research into practical real-world applications. While our research yields valuable knowledge, its true impact lies in reaching it to practitioners or policymakers for the betterment of society. Although the PGIA Congress is a forum for sharing and discussing the research findings, we must go further by expanding outreach initiatives that take these findings beyond academia. By working together, the faculty and PGIA, we can ensure that our research brings tangible improvements to the agriculture and the broader community of agriculture community. Also, a key area for us to prioritize is sustainable agriculture, especially in the face of climate change and environmental challenges. It is essential to advance research that promotes resilience and sustainability, exploring eco-friendly practices, optimizing resource use, and raising awareness. Together, the Faculty of Agriculture and the Postgraduate Institute of Agriculture can lead the way in fostering sustainable agricultural solutions that will benefit both our communities and the environment, ensuring a secure future for generations to come. And also, we need to strengthen our connection with the global research community. Collaborative projects and knowledge exchanges with international institutions not only enrich our research, but also bring diverse perspectives to our work and raise our profile in the international stage. Through expanded work network, we can open doors for our students, faculty, and researchers, enabling them to participate in transformative agricultural initiatives worldwide and fostering a global network that strengthens our academia and research reach. As we move forward, I'm excited about the potential collaborations between the Faculty of Agriculture and the Postgraduate Institute, leveraging our combined strength and international networks to excel in higher education and research. In closing, I would like to thank Coordinator Dr. Duminda Vidhanagamage and that Congress Committee for organizing this remarkable event. And I'm confident that this Congress will be as successful as in previous years. On behalf of the Faculty of Agriculture, I extend my best wishes for the success of the 36th PGIA Annual Congress, and let us work together toward our shared goals and continue to drive impactful change in agriculture. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dean sir. So next, it is invitation to the Director PGIA. Very good morning to all of you again. Your Excellency, High Commissioner to Sri Lanka and Maldives, Mr. Eric Walsh. Vice Chancellor of the University of Peradeniya, Professor Terence Madhujit. The Dean Faculty of Agriculture, Professor Barna Jayawardena. President of the Postgraduate Agriculture Students Association, Mr. HMMC Herat. Congress Coordinator 2024, Dr. D.N. Vidanagamage. Members of the Board of Management, chairpersons and secretaries of boards of studies of PGIA, chairpersons and judges, presenters of this Congress, members of the teaching panel, staff of the PGIA, Professor Tajaki from University of Saga, Japan, our keynote speaker from Canada, alumni of PGIA, including Dr. Shamin Vidanage, past directors of Postgraduate Institute of Agriculture, directors of other PG Institute of University of Peradeniya, deans of other faculties, past Congress coordinators, librarian and senior assistant librarian of Agriculture Library, Deputy Registrar, Mr. Damunupola, Senior Assistant Bursa, PGIA, Mr. Sandaruni, distinguished guests, dear students, and ladies and gentlemen. So it is with immense pleasure that I welcome you all to the 36th Annual Congress of the PGIA. This Congress, as an integral part of the PGIA's legacy, continue to be a platform for academic dialogue, innovative research, and meaningful collaboration in agriculture and allied disciplines, as the two previous speakers pointed out. So we are deeply honored by the presence of His Excellency, the High Commissioner to Sri Lanka and the Maldives, as our chief guest today. Your Excellency, your participation signifies the importance of the international cooperation in addressing critical challenges in agriculture, and we are truly grateful for your support and encouragement. So welcome, HE, to the Congress. So we are also deeply honored by the presence of the Vice Chancellor, whose visionary leadership continue to guide the University of Peradeniya toward academic excellence and societal relevance. VC sir, welcome to the Congress. We are also privileged to have the Dean of the Faculty of Agriculture here, whose support and guidance continue to shape the academic and administrative endeavors of the PGIA. Dean sir, welcome to the Congress. I also welcome the Congress coordinator, the president of the PASA, and all distinguished guests and invitees to the 36th Annual Congress of the PGIA. The theme of this year's Congress, Precision Agriculture toward Resilient Food Systems. That highlights the transformative potential of precision agriculture in addressing pressing global challenges such as climate change, resource scarcity, unsustainability, and food insecurity. By leveraging advanced and appropriate technology, precision agriculture enhances productivity, reduce waste, and foster sustainable practices, paving the way for resilient food systems. As we deliberate on this theme over the course of the Congress, I urge all participants to think very critically about how these innovations can be translated into practice. The insights of solutions generated here have the potential to create resilient food system, which is the need, that can withstand future challenges while ensuring equity and inclusivity. To our students, this Congress is your stage to showcase your groundbreaking research, engage in thought-provoking discussions, and connect with policymakers and practitioners who can help shape the improve of your work. To our policymakers and stakeholders, your presence highlights the importance of bridging research with actionable policy for the betterment of our agriculture and livelihood. To facilitate this, we at the PGIA now publishing all MPhil and PhD research recommendations as PGIA policy briefs and share with stakeholders. PGIA annual research contribution, Vice Chancellor Sir, is 50 in 2023 and 52 so far in 2024. This Congress is more than just a gathering of minds. It is a celebration of a collective efforts needed to drive meaningful progress. It also highlights the pivotal role of institutions like PGIA play in fostering innovation, nurturing talent, and promising positive change. In line with this particular commitment, PGIA has already initiated collaboration with the National Agricultural Research System, that is called NAS, through the Sri Lanka Council for Agricultural Research Policy and potentially through the Ministry of Agriculture. These efforts aim to align agricultural research with national priorities and address the country's human resources need in agriculture sector. We have already requested from CARP to provide the National Agricultural Research Priorities and the NAS system Human Resources Development Plan. We want to align our training and our research along with these national priorities. These efforts aim to agriculture research with national priorities. I hope we will get actually support from all. And this cannot be done only by PGIA and CARP and NAS system. We need to join hand, as Dean Sir mentioned, with the PGIA and all others agriculture development research as well as teaching institute. Additionally, to facilitate this, we successfully launched very recently, parallel to Congress activities, the Industry, Academia, Student Collaboration Forum in 2024. As the Director PGIA, I take great pride in the Institute's journey over the past decades. Our commitment to advancing agriculture, postgraduate education, and research has been unwavering, and the annual Congress is the testament of this dedication. Thanks to the past directors and Congress coordinators and all stakeholders, including the independent service providers, who were actively involved in this process. To further this vision, the PGIA, as a self-financing institute within the University of Peradeniya, has initiated several strategic measures during last 7 months. The Board of Management has approved initiatives such as offering of at least 2 mega research grants worth of 25 million and 10 PhD scholarships with joining with the Century Development Plan of the University of Peradeniya worth of 100,000 rupees per month for 3 years. Gold and Jubilee Gold medals to offer at the convocation in next year. and rewards for outstanding research students and their supervisors. Additionally, we plan to implement structural changes, including the establishment of PGIA branch in Jaffna and the Middle East, and establishment of a board of study in multidisciplinary studies, as we have to face multidisciplinary solutions in the future issues. And also a student success center. Moreover, we are committed to achieving carbon neutrality from the next year onward. And Vice Chancellor, sir, we want to support your polythene-free university concept. Before I conclude, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has worked behind this sense to make the event possible: the organizing committee led by the Congress coordinator, the staff, the student, and the sponsors. Your hard work and determination have ensured the success of this event. Once again, I extend warm welcome to you all. Let us strive to make the 36th Annual Congress of PGIA a landmark event that paves the way for more resilient and sustainable agricultural future. As we approach PGIA's Golden Jubilee in 2025, we look forward to witnessing the meaningful impact of the research and research collaboration that are being discussed today and the strategic initiatives approved by the Board of Management. The Chief Guest, Vice Chancellor Sir, Dean Sir, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, and I wish you a very productive and enlightening Congress 2024. So I don't need to thank for myself. So being a part of the University of Peradeniya, we are very cordially working with the Vice Chancellor. Vice Chancellor is very much supporting for PGI activities, and Vice Chancellor is getting all fullest cooperation for the PGI activities through the Council as well, with the support of the Dean. The Vice Chancellor, despite his busy schedule, is one of the biggest contributors to the PGIA research. And he is having quite good number of MPhil, PhD, and MSc students. And his publication records also quite amazing. Thank you for such contribution. And this is the invitation for Professor Terence Madhujit, the Vice Chancellor of University of Peradeniya, to address the gathering.
Good morning. His Excellency Mr. Eric Walsh, the High Commission of Canada to Sri Lanka and Maldives, the Director PGIA, Professor DKNG Pushpakumara, Dean Faculty of Agriculture, Professor Barna Javadana, Dean Faculty of Engineering, Professor Lilantha Samarnayaka, Dean Science, Professor Sanath Rajapaksha, Acting Dean Faculty of Arts, Dr. Kalu Gampitiya, Dr. Shaman Vidanage, the IUCN representative to Sri Lanka, the Congress coordinator, Dr. Nayanaka Vidanagamage, PASA President and Secretary, former directors of PGIA, Director PGIHS, Professor HMT GTA Pitawala, the heads of departments, invited speakers from McGill University and Saga University, academic staff members, non-academic staff members, Senior Assistant Deputy Registrar of PGIA, Mr. Damanupala, Senior Assistant Bursa of PGIA, Ms. Rana Singha, non-academic staff members, presenters, students, media friends, ladies and gentlemen. As Professor Pashukumar mentioned, I have an organic relationship with the PGIA. When I counted the number of publications that I have published in PGIA Tropical Agricultural Research, it is nearly 37. I have published nearly 37 articles in PGIA Tropical Agricultural Research. Well, 14 years back, I was wearing the hat of Dr. Nayanaka as a Congress coordinator. I know that your task is not easy because I have already performed that. Now I feel that I am old because I have done this 14 years back. Now, Professor Pushukumara is one of the great researchers of the faculty. I am thankful to him for heading PGIA. And he is brand new, he is in the neonatal stage. As I do, I am 3.5 months old. Professor Barana is about 1 week old as a dean. And entire parliament is also new, so who cares? Well, University of Peradeniya is the oldest, largest, most comprehensive university, Your Excellency. We have nearly 14,500 undergraduates, 10,000 postgraduates with 9 faculties, and our faculty strength is about 900 faculty, catering to all these students. We have additional nearly 10,000 distant learners registered at Center for Distance and Continuing Education. Now, the oldest national postgraduate institute is the PGIA, which is located at University of Peradeniya. Well, University of Peradeniya has 3 others. In 1996, Peradeniya established Postgraduate Institute of Science, and in 2015, Peradeniya established Postgraduate Institute of Humanities and Social Sciences, the latest introduction being PGIMS, Medical Sciences, which was established a couple of years ago. That is at very neonatal stage. Now, if you look at the contribution of research, University of Peradeniya has been ranked at the very top in the country out of all 17 state universities. So I am proud to say that over the last 5 consecutive years, we have been ranked top by the many ranking bodies in the world. In 2022, the University of Peradeniya was identified as the single university in the country by US World News Web. It's one of the most reputed ranking institutions in the world. And they continued our status over the last 3 years. So that indicates the importance of research, because towards ranking, the contribution of research is enormous. Now, if you look at the publication record of the University of Peradeniya, in 2023, Peradeniya produced 722 full paper publications. Ladies and gentlemen, out of that, Faculty of Agriculture topped the list, producing 176 full papers. So I am proud to be from Faculty of Agriculture because faculty produced the highest number of publications. And that perhaps the contribution of the PGIA is enormous. As you mentioned, the link between the Faculty of Agriculture and PGIA is very organic, very strong. And we have the formal setup there, recruiting students, supervising students, the thesis defense, all well streamlined. That might be one of the reasons why the Faculty of Agriculture has flourished in terms of research. Well, I have graduated, it's not to boast, but 20 PhD and MPhil students thanks to PGIA. So that is a contribution of the PGIA and the Faculty of Agriculture towards the research of this university. Your Excellency, Canada has immensely contributed to University of Peradeniya and Faculty of Agriculture. Well, Dr. Nayanaka himself is a proud product of Canada. Well, I don't know whether proud or not, I am also a product of Canada. But there are many others that your people have trained them. And also in Canada, Colombo Plan was immensely contributed in 1950s by Canadian government. Some of the buildings, the agriculture biology building, as I remember, has come under the patronage of Colombo Plan, where Canadian people have contributed. Not only that, if you look at the food imports, our bread and butter is red dal, ratuparipu. We used to import from India, but now the vast majority of ratuparipu is coming from Canada. In Canadian prairies in Saskatchewan, 20 years ago, Canadians did not know what red lentils were 2 decades ago. But thanks to Canadian pulse breeding program in Saskatchewan, in prairies, now Canada produces huge amount of red lentils, and we are mostly getting ratuparipu from Canada. Besides, we are getting some from Australia as well as from India. Now, if you look at the Sri Lankan agriculture, 2 years ago in 2022, in the aftermath of COVID-19, the importance of agriculture was felt by everybody in this country. Previously, we were heavily dependent on other nations for imports. Of course, certain items we have to depend on, like wheat. We cannot technically grow them here because they need cold climates. Red lentils too. Even we had to import rice for various reasons. During foreign exchange deficit that plagued the country, we were in fact in a very difficult situation. So there, almost everybody in this country felt the importance of agriculture. We were heavily dependent on inputs. And look at the egg prices. Now, egg prices in Sri Lanka even influence the selection of president of this country. So that egg prices have become contributing to king making in this country. Pre-COVID, an egg was just 15 rupees. It shot up to 70 rupees. And Your Excellency, the main protein source of Sri Lankans is egg, because irrespective of the religious beliefs, everybody consumes eggs. And cheapest source. Unfortunately, nowadays, now it has come down to about 40 rupees. It's simply because if you look at poultry production, nearly 75 to 80% of the cost goes to animal feed. So we had very good corn plantations, but unfortunately due to fall armyworm attack in 2019, some of our corn fields are completely devastated. Then came the fertilizer issue. Because of all this, we lost corn production. So therefore, we have been dependent on other countries for corn as well as soybean. Now, thanks to the influence of Professor Sivalingam Sivanandan, who was here yesterday at the Medical Congress and also came to Faculty of Agriculture, with the help of the University of Chicago, Illinois, we are trying to establish Soybean Research Center at Mahailoppallama. If this becomes successful, we will have a bountiful harvest of soybean, through which we can reduce the cost of animal production, poultry production. In Sri Lanka, we don't have a beef industry. We don't have a well-structured swine industry as well. So only meat industry is poultry industry, broiler production, which is again heavily dependent on these feed. And at the same time, household security. According to the latest report by World Food Programme, in 2023, 24% of households are food insecure, at least moderately. When it comes to the estate sector, 51%, that's a very high number. And 82% of households have adopted food-based cut down. They have adjusted, found alternative ways of cutting down food consumption. That's food and nutrition security is at stake. Especially this is due to the economic downturn. So we are slowly recovering. Still, these are the official numbers published by WFP, Your Excellency. So in that regard, the contribution of other nations have been extremely wonderful, especially India, Canada, China, the United States, many countries, France. Now, these are some of the challenges that we have. Food and nutrition security. Although we are not in short of calories, we are in short of micronutrients. Vitamin A, vitamin D deficiency is spreading at alarming rate for unknown reasons. Not only among adults, but also among children especially. And elderly, they must be on vitamin D supplementation. Then sustainable agriculture is another issue. Agriculture has been criticized by many for polluting groundwater, polluting environments, overuse of fertilizer, overuse of agrochemicals, insecticides, pesticides, weedicides, herbicides. These also should be taken into account. In that sense, the topic theme of this 36th Annual Congress is precision agriculture towards resilient food systems is very timely. Precision agriculture. When the other countries are talking about precision agriculture, we are still little behind. So therefore, it is high time for us to adopt precision agriculture. Right now, what we do is we just apply fertilizer, whether there's deficiency exists or not, we just have blanket applications, which should be stopped now. And antimicrobial resistance, while the other countries are promoting antimicrobial stewardships, ladies and gentlemen, we have been freely using antibiotics for poultry production. Now in 2017, there was the Feed Act was amended, banning the addition of antibiotics into feed. That's a very good move, but whether it is implemented that way is a question. So therefore, enforcement and this testing, frequent testing, and being compliant is also important. So these are the things that the agriculturists have, the challenges that we are facing. So sustainable agriculture, it's not only producing to feed our mouths, but also to save the earth for the next generations is also one of our greatest responsibilities. Mechanization, due to land fragmentation, especially in plantation sector, I can remember when we were very small, we had large coconut plantations in the country. But due to policy changes, these lands were fragmented. Now, after 3 generations, the coconut lands that we have is very small. So just 2-3 acres. So maintaining these coconut lands have become a real challenge. Mechanization has become a problem because of this land fragmentation. So policy making, when it comes to policy making, the agriculturists, agriculture researchers should have a better say. So I'm sure with the new government, we will be able to emphasize this importance, because now it is a brand new government, brand new parliament. So I'm sure the agricultural researchers can influence the policymakers that these are the things that should happen in the country. And as Professor Pushpakumar very correctly said, our research should be aligned with the country's perspective, country's goal, and also SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. So we need to, our agriculture in general is less productive. Our cost of production is much higher compared to the regional countries. If you compare with our neighboring country, India, cost of production of 1 kilo of rice is much higher. Now we are talking much about rice prices these days. I saw a recent article published by Professor Buddhimarambe on rice prices. It is alleged that a group, just handful of rice millers, large scale rice millers, they manipulate the rice prices, which should not have happened. But the positive thing is that they have introduced a new rice culture. The old method of parboiling, which takes days, at least 2 days, finally producing stinky rice, which I hate to eat. But they have changed the technology. With 4 hours, we can have steamed rice, parboiled rice. That is wonderful. And also, the cleaning technology by adapting the color sorters, and they removed Nabilia from Sri Lanka. They removed Kulla from Sri Lanka. So, the very pure rice. That is a positive side. So, let's proceed with this. We take the positives and drop negatives. Some of the challenges that we have, especially fixing prices, how the prices are set, it's a black box. Nobody knows. A handful of people control the food prices. In Sri Lanka, on average, 62% of the household income goes to food. That is extremely bad, because then people tend to cut down on food. So that is not healthy choice. These are some of the challenges that agricultural researchers do have in front of them. So therefore, I'm sure this forum is a platform not only to present their findings, but also to have deliberations, getting experience from other countries, other presenters, and sharing our experiences. So in that sense, the PGIA Annual Congress, I should remember Professor Sarath Bandara, who was one of our great teachers, who initiated this forum 36 years ago, which continues until today, means we have identified the importance of this forum, ladies and gentlemen. With that, I took little time extra, but I thought of spending little extra time, because otherwise this forum is just once a year. So thank you very much. I should appreciate the work by Dr. Nayanaka Vidana Gamage and the entire team for your leadership, Professor Pushpakumara. This is your first Congress after being elected as the Director PGIA. So let me congratulate all the paper presenters. I wish productive sessions during the course of the day today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Vice Chancellor, sir, for your inspiring word. So as the Institute, PGIA want to work very closely with the faculty and the university, with all other faculties and all other PG institutes. We are committed to do that, sir. The next is the address by our chief guest. Mr. Eric Walls is an accomplished diplomat with a distinguished career in international relations spanning nearly 3 decades. A graduate of McGill University with a Bachelor of Arts honors in political science in 1994, he joined the Department of Foreign Affairs and International Trade in 1995. Throughout his tenure, Mr. Eric Walls has held key leadership positions, including Director General for North America from 2018 to 2021, Director for North Asia 2007 to 2010, and Coordinator for Middle East and North Africa 2003 to 2005. His extensive overseas posting reflect his expertise in global diplomacy. He has served as Ankara, Turkey, 1998 to 2001, Bucharest, Romania, 2001 to 2003, Geneva, Switzerland as Counselor, Disarmament, 2005 to 2007, and Berlin, Germany as Minister and Deputy Head of Mission, 2010 to 2015. From 2015 to 2018, he served as Canada's Ambassador to Seoul, Republic of Korea, further strengthening ties between two nations. His Excellency Mr. Eric's career highlight his dedication to fostering international collaboration and advancing Canada's foreign policy objectives. He is particularly committed to promoting peace, resilience, and security while addressing global challenges such as climate change and international reconciliation. I hope we have the best person to address the 36th Annual Congress of the PGIA as the chief guest on the theme of precision agriculture toward resilient food systems. Please welcome the personal voice of His Excellency, Ms. Eric Walsh.
Good morning, everyone. Ayubuan, wanakum, bonjour. Thank you for that very kind introduction, Professor Pushpa Kumara. It's great to have the Vice Chancellor here, Professor Marujit. Thank you, Dr. Gamage, for the coordination of this beautiful event here today. Thank you for your remarks as well, Mr. Herat, on behalf of the Students Association, and I guess I should say welcome to the new Dean of the Agriculture faculty, Professor Jayawardena. It's great to see so many international visitors here today as well, so many students and other faculty members and distinguished guests. For me, it's an honor and a privilege to join you today for the 36th Annual Congress, and I really would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the organizers for the invitation. Thank you. You heard a little bit about this already from the Vice Chancellor's remarks, but Canada and Sri Lanka really do have an important history of shared cooperation, and I'm really pleased that this extends through to our partnership with the University of Peradeniya. There's a significant number of alumni, actually, from this university who have pursued higher education in Canada. Some of them have returned here, but in many cases, they're actually now professors in Canada, a point underscored by the launch earlier this year of the Canadian Network of Sri Lankan Academics, which in February at the opening meeting had over 100 members online. Canadian assistance has also been behind various initiatives linked to this university, including the Postgraduate Institute of Agriculture. One such initiative is the recent project by the Institute entitled Gendering Water and Climate Science Research in South Asia. That's a regional project with partner institutions coming from Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Bangladesh. It was funded by the International Research Development Center, IDRC, International Development Research Center, IDRC, an arm of the Government of Canada that focuses on climate-resilient food systems, among other topics. The project has a capacity development component, and through this, students have had the opportunity to enhance their knowledge and establish best practices through regional workshops on interdisciplinary research. I recall just last year attending another research conference hosted by the University of Peradeniya. This was in July in Kandy. It was also an IDRC-funded project, and that one was using artificial intelligence to detect and contain COVID-19 and future epidemics in Malaysia and Sri Lanka. And you may be aware, the University of Peradeniya has been a partner in the Canada-funded National Languages Equality Advancement Program. That project supported the implementation of Sri Lanka's official languages policy to assure both Sinhala and Tamil rights in all aspects of official interactions across the country. And that project actually provided a means for Canada to share our experience as a bilingual, multi-ethnic, and multicultural society in which we embrace diversity as a strength. I think the PGIA team has made an excellent choice of the theme for this event, precision agriculture towards resilient food systems. It's not only timely in the current global agricultural landscape, but it's essential. It complements the existing global discussions and narratives on the environment, on sustainability, on effective land use planning. And it's timely in Sri Lanka, which is blessed with incredible biodiversity and wildlife, which is one of the reasons that so many tourists continue to flock here. Since my arrival in Sri Lanka about 2 years ago, I've had the opportunity to travel across the country through countless communities, many of which, of course, are engaged in agriculture, in areas abundant with scenic beauty. And this message of environmental stewardship is one of the compelling reasons why discussions on precision agriculture need to be encouraged. There are also important considerations around food security and hygiene. Agriculture is the backbone of any society, including Sri Lanka and Canada, as it provides the nourishment and economic stability that sustain our communities. But agriculture faces unprecedented challenges, from climate change, resource depletion, to something as basic as the growing demand for food from an ever-increasing global population. And it's within this context that precision agriculture emerges as a beacon of hope, offering innovative solutions to build resilient food systems. Let me take a moment to speak again about Canada. Canada, like Sri Lanka, has a deep-rooted connection to agriculture. Canada's food system is resilient, it is innovative, and it sustains our environment and supports our economy. Canadian-made foods, or Canadian-grown foods, like the red lentils that the Vice Chancellor was mentioning, are recognized worldwide for the highest standards of safety and food quality. In 2023, the agriculture and agri-food system in Canada employed 2.3 million people and provided 1 in 9 jobs in the country. It generated 7% of Canada's GDP, that's 150 billion Canadian dollars. Approximately half of that is actually exported, either as primary commodities or as processed food and beverage products. Our farmers and our researchers have long understood the need for innovation and sustainability in farming practices, so Canadian institutions have been at the forefront of developing and implementing precision agriculture technologies, revolutionizing the way we approach farming. We understand as well that collaboration between nations is key to advancing these technologies and making them accessible to people around the world. These exercises can also lead to the exchange of knowledge, exchange of best practices, and exchanging technological advancements to foster a more resilient global food system for everybody. And I'm really delighted that we have the virtual presence today of Professor Vyacheslav Adamchuk, the chair of the Bioresource Engineering Department at McGill University in Canada, my alma mater. I'm looking forward to hearing his remarks in a few minutes. As we gather here today, let us acknowledge that the journey to support resilient food systems requires the collective efforts of governments, academia, industry, and the farmers themselves. Each of us has a role to play in this transformative process. By embracing precision agriculture, we can create a future where food security is not just a concept, it's actually the reality. We can leverage cutting-edge technologies and data-driven approaches to make precision agriculture revolutionize traditional farming methods and to align with the principles of sustainable agriculture. The outstanding work at this institute in particular is pivotal in shaping the future of agriculture. I'm confident that the knowledge and innovations developed here, discussed today, and presented will have a lasting impact far beyond the walls of this university. As Sri Lanka's economy recovers from COVID and the 2022 crisis, precision agriculture will play an important and growing role in ensuring that socioeconomic needs are met alongside the sustainability of the environment. And that, in turn, will help Sri Lankans to empower themselves economically, which will support the growth of their communities and the success of the country. And that's especially true, by the way, of rural communities, which often rely on agriculture for their livelihoods. So as we look to the future, Canada is committed to expanding its presence in the Indo-Pacific region, including by identifying potential opportunities and partners for collaboration in the agricultural sector. The Indo-Pacific region currently accounts for over 1/3 of the world's economic activity, and in 2023, Canada's agriculture and agri-foods exports to this part of the world reached 22.8 billion Canadian dollars. So in that respect, The opening this year of Canada's Indo-Pacific Agriculture and Agro-Food Office in Manila marks an important step. The new office is a sign of our long-term commitment to the region, along with the importance we place on building Canada's reputation as a stable and trusted supplier in the agriculture and agri-food sector. That office will allow Canada to engage directly with stakeholders, regulatory counterparts, and policy decision makers to deepen partnerships with the economies in Indo-Pacific and, of course, in Sri Lanka. So as we look ahead with optimism, I know we will continue to strengthen the bilateral connections between our two countries through work like this here today, continuing to advance in areas of mutual interest to us all. I extend my best wishes to everyone involved in the PGIA and with this conference. Thank you for your dedication and congratulations on this important 36th milestone. Stuti, Nandri, thank you, merci.
Thank you very much, His Excellency, for your inspiring words. The PGIA, the faculty, and the university has immensely benefited from the support from the Canadian government. And the PGIA in particular received a big grant from the IDRC. And we are looking forward to work very closely with the Canadian support in the near future as well. Thank you very much for your presence, despite being the very busy your schedules.
Thank you, sir. Tropical Agriculture Research is the official journal of the Postgraduate Institute of Agriculture. The journal is published in four issues every year. Now, the chief editor of the journal, Dr. D.N. Vidhanagamage, will accompany His Excellency, Mr. Eric Walsh, to launch the latest issue of the journal online.
Thank you, dear sirs. The Congress organizers now would like to thank the chief guest of the 36th PGIA Annual Congress with a token of appreciation. So I cordially invite Professor D.K.N.G. Pushpakumara, Director, PGIA, to present the token of appreciation.
And we kindly invite His Excellency Mr. Eric Walsh, the High Commissioner of Canada and Sri Lanka and Maldives, to receive the token of appreciation.
Thank you, sirs.
The session is overdue again, Director Sir.
So, PGIA Congress is providing inspiring talk from an eminent scientist from the global universities as the keynote speaker. So before that, we have a team of members from the Jagiellonian University here. Can you place your hands? So thank you for visiting here. So they are also serving as the judges. And also I want to make a special word of thanks of the Dean Faculty, the former Dean of the Faculty of Agriculture for his support actually during the last several years for the PGIA. So next invitation goes to Dr. Senal Veerasuriya, a member of the Board of Study in Agriculture Economics, Business Management, and Statistics, to read the biography of the keynote speaker, Dr. Senal Veerasuriya.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Slava Adamchuk, Professor and Chair of the Department of Bioresource Engineering at McGill University, Canada. Originally from Kyiv, Ukraine, Professor Adamchuk obtained a mechanical engineering degree from the National Agricultural University of Ukraine. Later, he received both master's and PhD degrees in agricultural and biological engineering from Purdue University, USA. In year 2000, Professor Adamchuk began his academic career as a faculty member in the Department of Biological Systems Engineering at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. 10 years later, he assumed his current position in the Department of Bioresource Engineering at McGill University, while retaining his adjunct status at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. As of now, he serves as the chair of the Bioresource Engineering Department. In addition, he is Canada's representative to the International Society of Precision Agriculture. Professor Adamchuk current research includes integrated proximal sensing of soil and crops, development of crop quality estimation methods using UAV imagery, AI-driven decision support tools for alfalfa's winter survival and persistency, model development for ground engaging tools using real-time numerical terra mechanics and discrete element methods, and agricultural multi-layer data fusion to support cloud-based agricultural and advisory services. Professor Adamchuk has authored more than 200 publications in various forums and settings, and he boasts of more than 9,000 citations with an H-index of 39. Ladies and gentlemen, let's focus our attention on the big screen to witness his keynote address.
Hello, greetings from Canada. My name is Slava Adamchuk from Department of Bioresource Engineering at McGill University, and it's an honor for me to give this presentation on system approach to precision agriculture. I've been working in the area of precision agriculture for over 30 years. And our precision agriculture and sensor systems research team has been working on development of proximal soil and plant sensing systems, also on management of geospatial data, and practical implementation of precision agriculture in different agroecosystems. To start with, I'd like to have a brief discussion on the future of agriculture. So automation and robotics is already making its way into our practices, and who knows, maybe this would be an agriculture of the future. However, as this cartoon shows, agriculture at current stage is a combination of innovations such as sensors, drones, radio signal computers, and traditions such as farmer, plant, soil, tractor, atmosphere, etc. At the same time, this report was done about 5-6 years ago, and it's showing that agriculture is one of few areas where automation has a really significant potential. And as we progress through the technology development, this automation, robotics, imagery, sensors, big data, and in general bioengineering are getting to the point of convergence. In this specific report, it was called cobotics. As defined by International Society of Precision Agriculture is a management strategy that gathers, processes, and analyzes temporal, spatial, and individual plant and animal data and combines it with other information to support management decisions according to estimated variability for improved resource use efficiency, productivity, quality, profitability, and sustainability of agricultural production. And I would like to warn everybody that precision agriculture is not a set of technologies that could do magic. Thus, we still need to resolve generic production problems. Precision agriculture cannot help transform stones into fertile soil, make it rain more or less, make a bad machine to do a good job, and change the value of currency when it comes to the point of selling your produce on the to international market. However, it can help diagnose production problems and direct toward potential solutions. One of key elements of precision agriculture is global navigation satellite system based auto guidance. It's a capability to navigate within an agricultural field with accuracy less than 2 centimeters. This graph shows results of standardized test of quality of auto guidance, and as you can see, test A, test B, 2 different vehicles with 2 different levels of adjustments. Both can perform within 2 to 5 centimeter precision while operating in agricultural environment. In addition to that, having GPS on a piece of equipment has ability to improve operational logistics. Thus, at a production system, when multiple machines are involved, we know who is driving which piece of equipment and how operation is done. These days, we even can identify problems with equipment before operators can realize it. Also, it's important to emphasize the value of computer vision. In this example, we were using a low-cost video camera to guide cultivator while managing organic row crop production system, and this way work can be done more efficiently without injury to the crops and without fatigue to the operator. Planting with variable rate seeding and individual urine control, another technology that's quite important because we avoid skipping, we avoid overlaps, and we basically minimize or optimize amount of materials that we put in the field by preserving environmentally sensitive areas. Thus, if we're looking at some of the technologies such as guidance or auto guidance, yield monitoring, spray control, etc., it's already been done by over 2/3 of farmers in North America. However, some of technologies, some of emerging technologies and also variable rate implementation has been adopted by smaller number of farmers at this stage. And variable rate technology is one of key elements of precision agriculture. It's obvious that skipping, overlapping, and placing agricultural inputs outside of the cropping area should be avoided, and this technology can help us to achieve that. However, in Canada, we are working with foreign nutrient stewardship when we are talking about right type of fertilizer, right rate, right time, right place. I would also add right rotation, right tillage, so the entire system of crop management strategy that have to be optimized in order to achieve sustainable production system. And technology side, we can do it all. This equipment shown on the photograph is capable of delivering seed, nitrogen in liquid form, as well as 3 granular forms of fertilizer, such as phosphorus, potassium, and sulfur, different types of fertilizer. Each of the products on individual rate at the same time, according to the maps provided through cell phone communication, delivered to the computer on board of the vehicle. And then everything can be done in no-till environment as one pass across the field. In addition to ability to deliver material on a differentiated rate, it's also important to note the quality of application. As applied map, when equipment provide users with information of what actually happened in different parts of the field. Thus, when we are looking at the impact on profit, we have to consider variable constraints such as place, times, management, and also then we identify one or several variables that can be optimized, such as application rate, or it could be some of other elements of importance to the crop production system. Thus, in our research group, we consider this problem as a two-level control problem. There is an advisory service or upper-level control when we select cultivar, when we consider type of soil, weather, economics, we identify risk management, and then, of course, we deploy tools marketed under precision agriculture as such as variable rate technology to fine-tune this production system. In order to pursue VRT, we need to have distinct difference in site-specific needs in a specific field or operational unit. Also, we need to have means to recognize this variability, and also we need to have tools that are responsive enough to address this measured variability. Thus, an example of upper-level control system, it could be decision support. In this diagram, it's a framework that we established to optimize, to provide recommendation optimum use of mineral fertilizers. Thus, we have a database that has observation from multiple farms in a certain area. Also, we have access to online resources such as soil, weather, prices of fertilizer, prices of yield of crop. And then when user uses the system, providing number of scenarios, such as like what could be done at the farm, the system provides map that responds what's the probability of achieving different level of profit if certain scenarios can be selected. Thus, Numeric Ag is a prototype of such system where user can complete the form and then a report is generated. For example, in this situation, we are looking at the optimum amount of nitrogen to produce corn, and thus we have one number that suggests what the maximum expected net return over cost of fertilizer can be achieved at a specific application rate. However, we also looking at sensitivity, what would happen to that expected profitability if we use a little bit bigger rate, a little bit smaller rate, and then also we have a probability map that shows what the probability of achieving different level of profit with different amount of fertilizer. At the lower level control, it's site-specific crop management, which is done through entire production cycle. And here, sensing is an important factor. And we have different sensors used in real time, off-season, and also we have access to imagery collected in season and off-season that we are going to discuss next. Thus, soil mapping is one of critical components of precision agriculture, and of course we start with manual samplers. Now we have systems that can do this job automatically, and at the same time we have a motion toward automatic system that can collect data on the go. And the reason we do that because with sampling strategies, depending on how we sample, what type of interpolation technique is used, we still have quite different quality of thematic soil maps, which in many cases same or even worse quality than just simple average map. So, to achieve this, we use sensors, and some of sensors can be used for real-time application with sensor guide controller on the implement in real time, or sensor is used to collect data and then perhaps combine with some other information from other sources to do the operation, such as like use an integrated approach where we can have some sensors collecting data in real time, and some sensors would be based on base map collected at another time. When we are talking about sensors, they are divided into a remote sensing platform and proximal sensing platform. When we're talking about remote sensing, it's either with satellites, with aerial platforms. UAV is a very good asset to collect agricultural data. When I'm talking about proximal sensing, it's on-the-go sensors that collect data as you drive across the site, on the spot, or profiling sensors when measurements represent different depths. In terms of nature of sensing, as this painting demonstrates, we can look, we can listen, we can touch, we can smell, we can taste, and we can do this all with different type of sensors when it comes to soil measurements. In addition to this, we can also have at our disposal the entire spectrum of electromagnetic waves, where different products have been released to look at visible, near-infrared reflectance, microwave, X-ray, gamma ray, etc. Thus, at this stage, our typical field mapping, as shown in these few photographs, would include RTK, a real-time kinematic level, a global positioning system receiver that could map field topography, paired with some geophysical instruments such as electromagnetic induction instrument on the left and soil optics, which is gamma ray spectrometer, on the right. Once we have this data, now it's a puzzle, because there are many different properties that affect different sensors. So to resolve this puzzle, these days we combine different sensors that use different physical phenomena, measure based on different physical phenomena in one unit. Like in this case, this mobile sensor platform from various technologies can measure apparent electric conductivity of soil, soil pH, and subsurface soil reflectance, all in one pass. Again, together with topography, there are some lab samples collected for calibration purposes, and we can look at maps of recommended lime application or similar type of products at the end. One of recent developments in this sensor fusion is this prototype system that we built together with our partners from California, looking at soil health indicators such as concentration of CO2 within routine zone, air permeability, friction and strength of soil, as well as moisture, electrical conductivity and temperature. All done at the same time using completely autonomous platform. We don't need to be that sophisticated in terms of automation. This manual probe can provide on-the-spot measurement of soil pH and residual nitrate in the soil, just with using ion selective electrodes. In addition to sensor data and topography that I already mentioned, we need to rely on yield data, imagery data, lab data, farmers' experience, and through decision support mechanism, we can make decisions whether we just going to best management practice by adjusting our management strategy or need to switch to variable rate technology. How do we know if it's time to go to variable rate technology? The first question, do we have significantly different yield from year to year? If yes, then the second question, do we know the reason for that variability? If yes, can we get it fixed with one-time application? For example, if it's compacted area, can we eliminate compaction? If it's drainage problem, can we fix the drainage? If yes, we then go with uniform field management. If no, then we need to go with site-specific management of a specific agricultural input. This can be done using a really simple concept or simple tools, smart tractor concept. In this situation, we match tractor operator with local conditions according to the operator defined rules or direct operator input. And we use either internal or external sensors to replicate appropriate operator settings. So we have operator, we have basically tractor, vehicle that goes through the field, we have some external, internal sensors. We also can put prescription maps derived by our agronomist, and the tractor, like the vehicle that has at least one, or the modern tractor has at least 3 computers on board, can implement those changes. As an example, in this case, we build an interface for tractor controller to apply manure with different travel speed. Thus, when we go at the higher elevation and in less environmentally risky area, we slow down and delivery of the material is higher than in lowland. But operator in real time can make that adjustment, and then basically tractor follows cruise control algorithm based on the elevation of the field. Another example, variable depth planting. In this example, we put a moisture sensor in front of the planter and then change the seeding depth based on the moisture in front of the planter. So if soil is wet and cold, we put seed closer to the surface to eliminate difference in time of emergence. So we want crop to emerge as soon as possible. Another example, if we have ultrasonic sensor in front of forage harvester, then we can optimize travel speed of the vehicle to make sure that we continuously harvest substantial volume of the crop without exceeding the capacity of the machine. Another popular example is in-season nitrogen management, when we have sensors telling if crop requires additional fertilization or not, and again, control is done on the go, and in this case, we also can optimize use of just such important macronutrient. The bottom line for today's presentation is that there is no situation where precision agriculture doesn't work. At least we haven't seen this type of examples. However, there are many instances where promoted solutions are not appropriate for solving a given set of problems or are not executed correctly. So there is a way to optimize the way these technologies are applied to different scenarios, different crop production settings, and I will be happy to reply to any questions that could follow up. Thank you very much for your attention, and have a great rest of the conference. Thank you very much.
So, thanks for enlightening us with system thinking and precision agriculture, very relevant to the theme of this Congress. So thanks once again.
Thank you, sir.
Hantaneson's PGIA Congress in brief. It provides the greatest venue to postgraduate students to share outstanding science in simple language with all the stakeholders, including the policymakers and farming community.
Now, we would like to invite Professor Terence Madhujit, Vice Chancellor, University of Peradeniya, to launch the 4th volume of the Hantana Essence PGIA Congress in brief. We request Dr. D.N. Vidana Gamage to accompany Professor Terence Madhujit for the launching.
Thank you, sirs. The Congress organizers would like to thank the esteemed guests in-house with tokens of appreciation. To give away the tokens of appreciations, we cordially invite Professor D.K. N.G. Pushpakumara, the Director of PGIA.
University of Peradeniya thrives with excellence, led by excellence. First, we cordially invite Professor Terence Madhujit, Vice Chancellor, University of Peradeniya, to receive the token of appreciation.
Thank you, sir. Next, we now invite Professor Barna Jayawardena, Dean, Faculty of Agriculture, University of Peradeniya, to receive the token of appreciation.
Thank you, sirs. Thank you, Professor D.K.N.G. Pushpakumara, for chairing the session.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we would like to take you through the research highlights of 36th Annual Congress. Please sit back and enjoy the video.
Welcome to the 36th Annual Congress of the Postgraduate Institute of Agriculture, Sri Lanka's premier institution for advanced agricultural education and research. For over 3 decades, PGIA has been at the forefront of advancing knowledge, skills, and sustainable practices, preparing future leaders to address the complex challenges in agriculture and allied fields. The annual Congress serves as a vital platform for postgraduate students to share, discuss, and disseminate their research findings with a diverse international and scientific audience. This year's theme, Precision Agriculture Towards Resilient Food Systems, reflects PGIA's collective commitment to innovative solutions for sustainable food security. The 36th PGIA Annual Congress is structured around 4 technical sessions, each highlighting a vital aspect of advancing agriculture and fostering sustainability. Technical Session 1, Agronomic Interventions for Sustainable Agriculture, focuses on innovative approaches to optimize crop production, enhance resource efficiency, and promote sustainable farming practices. Technical Session 2, Advancements in Pest Management and Crop Resilience, explores cutting-edge strategies to protect crops, mitigate pest threats, and strengthen agricultural systems. Technical Session 3, Community and Environmental Stewardship, emphasizes the role of agriculture in sustainable livelihoods, preserving ecosystems, and building resilient communities. Complementing the technical sessions is the poster session on agricultural production and productivity improvement, where innovative ideas and findings are showcased in a dynamic, interactive format. As we embark this journey of exploration, the knowledge shared here will lay the groundwork for future innovations, helping to build resilient food systems for generations ahead. We warmly invite you all to immerse yourselves in the latest research and contribute to vital discussions shaping the future of agriculture.
We have now come to the end of the inaugural session. We wish to make few announcements. A guest speech on discovery of the antifibrotic chemical compound from Osbekia octandra will be delivered by our distinguished guest speaker, Professor Tadayuki Sujita from the Department of Applied Biochemistry and Food Science of Saga University, Japan. The guest speech will be held from 11:30 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. at the auditorium of Department of Agricultural Economics and Business Management, Faculty of Agriculture. Technical sessions of the PGIA Congress will begin now. There will be 4 parallel oral presentation sessions along with a parallel poster presentation session held at the PGIA premises.
Technical sessions will end at 12:30 p.m. Lunch duration will be from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. at the senior common room. Panel discussions will start from 1:30 p.m. onwards at the Diamond Jubilee Auditorium. So kindly return to the same premise as we are now after the lunch. Please scan the QR code given to you in order to access to the detailed technical program of the Congress. So we wish you all to enjoy a fruitful time.